All right, so here's the proud Brazilian Mayra Bueno Silva. What a rise to contention it has been for this young woman. She fought outstandingly well in the Holly Holm fight. Of course, that result was overturned, but the promotion believed in her to such an extent that when they turned her around, it was for the title against Raquel Pennington. This is a 5-tool player, an outstanding ground game. She's got a lot of different submissions in her arsenal, and you can be sure for the opposition that is something of which they are acutely aware as they step up to face Mayra Bueno Silva here tonight. All right, so here she is, United States Olympic medalist, former UFC women's bantamweight champion, and Hall of Famer Ronda Rousey. You can't tell the history of women in mixed martial arts without starting with Ronda.
It has to start with Ronda Rousey because her first UFC fight against Liz Carmouche back in Anaheim was truly, truly amazing. They went out there, they put on a great show. Ronda ended it in the most patented way. It had to end with an armbar. Ronda got it at the end of the first round. The crowd went crazy, and you understood at that moment if Ronda was a star prior, she was going to the moon after that night in Anaheim, and that's exactly what she did.
She really has had a profound impact on American culture. Halloween rolls around every year. Ronda Rouseys are everywhere. You can't effectively put into words her contribution to mixed martial arts, and of course tonight she will try to add to her legacy. Our tale of the tape for this women's bantamweight championship fight. Here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's time! 5 rounds for the undisputed UFC Bantamweight Championship of the world. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, presenting the challenger, Mayra Bueno Silva. And now, introducing the champion, fighting out of the red corner, presenting the reigning, defending, undisputed UFC Women's Bantamweight Champion of the World, Ronda Rousey!
Herb Dean, our third man in the octagon for this one. Well, for all the places we go in the world, few can hold up to this one. Good evening from T-Mobile Arena here in Las Vegas, Nevada. Opened April of 2016. UFC went there for the first time at UFC 200, and they've been bringing big shows seemingly every other month ever since.
They call Vegas the fight capital of the world. And if you're talking about a home base for the UFC, you're talking about T-Mobile Arena, home to some of the biggest UFC events ever. UFC 200. Conor McGregor versus Khabib Nurmagomedov. This place has been the home of some of the biggest UFC fights in history. Tonight we get to take the same thought to that octagon and try to make your mark on this fight.
All right, so just as her corner said in our fighter meeting, she was going to close the distance and try to get the clinch early. Mission accomplished. Now we'll see how her opponent can respond.
I wonder how hard she's going to go to try to get this to the ground now, because we know how comfortable she is in the clinch. Let's see the approach that she takes as the fight goes on.
3 minutes now to go in this one. Oh, high-level defense there. The hook shot is blocked by Bueno Silva. Oh, beautiful hip toss there as she takes her opponent for a ride.
She took her on her own personal flight. Over the top with that beautiful hip toss. Fantastic technique.
Well, Rousey's trying to lock up on a submission now. Oh, she's got the arm triangle locked in tight.
She's got it in deep now.
Oh, somehow she gets out.
I thought it was over. But that's one thing you know. Never underestimate these fighters' their submission defense.
Well, pretty good work off of the bottom here by Ronda Rousey.
Big ground and pound.
Rousey gets up and is back on her feet. Very nice. Well, she whiffs on the straight right hand.
Good stick.
Man, that left hand is money in the bank tonight.
Nice aggressive like that.
Oh, huge shot by her there. Probably her best strike of the fight.
Her best strike in this weight class, but she lands, and she lands very effectively.
Oh, big left. 20 seconds left. All right, so a storyline developing. You see a cut has been opened around her eye.
She's got a cut on her eye. She's been getting hit in that same spot. The cut's nothing too big right now, but if she doesn't protect it, it'll get a lot worse.
All right, so the round is over, but not before damage was done. Cut on the cheek, sustained in that round. Cut man in there quickly as usual to try to seal it up.
Right? You want this more than she does, don't you?
All right, let's check out some of the action in that previous round. DC, she certainly kept the stat trackers busy with all those takedowns.
All those takedowns and some really nice takedowns. She did a great job of level changing, getting into her opponent, not allowing her opponent to defend before she can secure her takedown.
All right, so there's the end of the round, and in terms of offensive wrestling execution, she had it all going there.
Yeah, she had it all working. She did everything she wanted to do. She was racing to position. Once she got to her legs, she didn't pause. She didn't stop. She went right to the finishes that she needed in order to get the fight to the ground. I mean, that was a great display of offensive wrestling. She's hurt. She's hurt bad.
Oh, beautiful counter on the uppercut. Perfectly timed. Nice job by her there to block those shots. When you first go to a boxing class, the first thing they say is glue your guard to your face. Her guard's high tonight. Maybe the best shot she's thrown tonight. Her opponent's hurt.
Beautiful placement on that hook. What a great job of finding such a massive shot.
Well, her striking has been great tonight. Rocked her opponent pretty significantly, but you got to think there's a little bit of discipline. Wow. So you want to be a fighter. Back and forth we go between two of the best women in the world. Oh! Big shots exchanged in the pocket there. Oh, huge left.
There it is again.
Still plenty of time to go here, round two. Well, she was a little bit hesitant. What a strike by her there. I'd be knocked out. Her opponent still stands.
She's still standing, but she's got to get on her bike now. She's got to get out to the center of the octagon, find some space so that she can evade her opponent from finishing her. Oh! It got checked.
She's setting up a submission here.
Nice level change.
Oh, looks tough to me. How good is that as she gets out?
She is so aware on the ground, and she escapes a deep submission attempt.
Oh, good work from her here from bottom position. All right, so now blood is a factor. That ground strike opened her up.
She's stepping over the mount here.
Half-guard position for her here, and if you're the bottom fighter, this is truly a case of pick your poison.
Yeah, you got to pick your poison. And if you're on the bottom, you got to be trying to find a way to escape that bottom leg. You cannot allow your opponent, you cannot allow her to sit on your leg and just throw big damaging strikes. You got to make sure you're on an elbow controlling, underhooking, getting back to your feet.
Well, Rousey's eye now closing up. Oh, you gotta love the ground and pound strikes here.
She is so dominant from the top position.
And there she goes again, landed another strike on the ground. Oh, she got inside and right to the single collar top. 10 minutes in the books. All right, so a standing ovation from this capacity crowd after that round. A huge knockdown there in the middle of the round. Got to have her feeling pretty good here as she goes to the stool.
Back and forth up to that point, but she eventually found the shot that put her opponent on her backside. But how about the toughness of the opponent to get up off the floor and finish that round? Let's see how she approaches the next round.
All right, let's take a look back at some of the action from that previous round. DC, chief among it. The big knockdown courtesy of that punch.
A big knockdown off of that punch. She was flowing, letting everything go, and as she sat down on that strike, that put her opponent down. It looked like the fight was over, but we do go forward. She lands a huge leg kick.
Oh, she's really starting to put together some significant body shots here, attacking both sides now. Just out of range with that left hook.
Good punch lands.
Oh, he's had a huge strike right there, DC.
Great shot landed. Now she got to go chase it. Get a good trim off to finish the fight. She gets to the single collar tie. Look for her to move the opponent. Pull the head down and try to wear on her gas tank.
Rousey's body really getting bruised up on that right side right now. Gotta figure out a way to lower the guard. Ooh, pretty good uppercut.
Oh, my goodness.
All right, so she gets the flush knockout here tonight, and you gotta think this is gonna lead to a lot of big fights the rest of the way this year.
Big opportunities are presented after you have a performance like this. She did an amazing job and got a massive knockout victory.
Let's get to Bruce Buffer. He has your official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean has called a stop to this contest at 1 minute, 38 seconds of round number 3. Declaring the winner by knockout and new undisputed UFC bantamweight champion of the world, Mayra Bueno Silva!
All right, so she is the new UFC bantamweight champion, joining an illustrious